Right, welcome back to another Spinato spin. Hope everyone's having a great start of the real spring here in the Northeast. I think this is really the kickoff, and this is when things will really start percolating. Start thinking positive about what's going on. Days are going to get longer. Things are going to start feeling a lot better. I'll tell you one thing that we got to kind of get into the mindset of here. We got to understand that we really only have one shot, one go around here in life, right? That's really all we get. We only get one shot. There's no dry runs. We really got to go after things. Well, you got to understand there's a few key points that a lot of people kind of overlook. You know, when you go after what you're trying to do and you decide that you really want to do something special, you got to decide on one concept to keep you going all the time. There's no such thing as failure. You know, you think about all the great things that have ever been done in the history of the world. A lot of that was done because the people had the right mindset. They didn't believe that there was such a thing as failure. They just kept going and going. See, there is no such thing as failure. You know what there is? Results. That's all there is. Either we're getting close or we're a little bit away. We got to keep going. They say like what? Like a heat-seeking missile? That's basically what you want to do. You think about Thomas Edison real quick. Thomas Edison did something incredible. Didn't he invent the incandescent light bulb? But you know, he didn't do it overnight. He had to try bunches and bunches and bunches of times until he got it right. He wanted it to be perfect, and he got it perfect. 10,000 times later. They say the story is that a reporter came by because they heard he was working on something of that effect. And they said, my gosh, when are you ever going to give up? You've failed so many times. Aren't you going to give up? Isn't that about it? I mean, how many more times can you try? He said, wait a minute. I'm not going to give up. And first of all, I haven't failed. I just have found out more ways how not to invent the light bulb. You see, folks, it's all out there. You just got to make up your mind that you can do it. You just got to make up your mind that this is your chance, your shot to do something special. You got to go after it with all you can. Think about another story real quick. Kentucky Fried Chicken, you know, KFC, everybody knows what that is. Well, you realize he went to 1,009 people before someone finally bought his recipe? 1,009. He was over 65 years old. He was sleeping in his car, and he just kept going and going and going. And finally, someone said, okay, I'll buy your recipe. And that's what started Kentucky Fried Chicken. How about Rambo? Sylvester Stallone. I had to go over 100 auditions before somebody gave him a bit part in a movie. That guy didn't quit. That guy knew no word for failure. That's what we're all about, aren't we? Aren't we people that just don't give up and keep going and keep trying? A little mantra for you here I don't know how much more time we got. We're running out of time quick here. But I'll tell you what, a little mantra for you. Think about this. You say, I will, I can, I do, and I am. Keep saying that. I will, put it in your words. You will, you can, you do, and you are. You see, that's what it's all about. It's all about coming up with little mantras, things over and over and over and over again that you keep hearing. You see, a lot of us have been programmed from early on to do negative thinking. We got to start thinking positive. We got to flush all that out. What do they call that? Norman Vincent Peale called it vacuum cleaner out in your head. Get a vacuum cleaner and clear out your head. Get rid of all that. And it's funny, I'll wrap it up with this. I'll tell you a little quick analogy or concept you can think about. It's funny, when you play a sport, in order to compete, in order to be good, you can't think about the past. You really can't think that much about the future. You got to be in the moment. You got to be right in the moment. And you got to be right on top of it every step of the way. And you got to be willing to make that next step. You got to be willing to take it on and go for it. And that's what the Spinato Spin was all about this week. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next time. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye now.